Hi, this is Mike. I'm the creator of Family Football Board Game, and we're going to do a sample game. I'm not going to go over the rules like I did in a prior video. You can take a look at that. I'm just going to recreate a game. We're going to use the 1998 season as an example, and we're going to have Denver play Minnesota for the championship. This was the Minnesota team that had a 15-1 record and just missed getting to the title game. So we're going to play a what if this game actually happened. So we're just going to proceed under the rules of 1998. There is a 2-point conversion. You have the option of kicking or receiving, and there will be overtime. Whoever scores first wins if it comes down to it. Visiting team and home team's dice. Coin flip. Coin flip is won by Denver. They will receive. If you look at the Denver card, their offense is a 10 compared to Minnesota's defense of a 2. So Denver will have the advantage when they're on offense. Minnesota's offense is a 13 compared to Denver's -1. Minnesota has the advantage when on offense. So Denver gets the ball first. This is the first drive. 66, 46. This becomes a 76 because of the drive advantage. That you get a +1 drive advantage if you have the higher ranked team on offense or defense on the 6-sided, on the 10-sided, the 10-base die. So this actually becomes a 76. We'll read off of Denver's chart. We rolled a 56. This is REFBALL territory. So we are going to play, I didn't mention, we're going to play with REFBALL as part of the game, and Denver is going to be the team that's getting the benefit of REFBALL. 56, according to the chart, is the favoritism team on defense. No, they're on offense. So there is no REFBALL, and the result of the drive is a punt. Next drive, Minnesota received it by a punt. Minnesota has won the drive advantage roll. We'll go off their offensive chart. 35. Minnesota's in field goal range. It's automatically good because they made all their field goals. And I know someone will mention, what about the playoff game? This is a regular season set, so it's based off of regular season stats. Minnesota kicks a field goal. It's 3-0 Minnesota. Denver will receive the kickoff. They win the drive advantage roll. Roll off their offensive chart. 46, it's a punt. Minnesota has the ball off of punt. They win the drive advantage roll. Reading off their card, a 32. It is another field goal attempt, which is automatically good. It is 6-0 Minnesota. Denver gets the ball off of a kickoff. They win the drive advantage roll. 44, they have to punt. At the end, we're one drive away from ending the first quarter. Minnesota gets the ball off a punt. 54 versus a 55, but Minnesota has the drive advantage. Therefore, this 54 becomes a 64. We roll up their offensive chart. 24. They throw a touchdown pass. Now, there are separate charts to tell you who threw the pass. So, it's Randall Cunningham threw a touchdown pass to Jake Reed. Extra points are automatically good. It is now 13-0 Minnesota. Cunningham threw a touchdown pass to Jake Reed. We start the second quarter. Denver gets the ball off a kickoff. 26 and 26. It's the same dice roll. But since Denver's on offense, they have the drive advantage. They win. They're going to win a roll off their chart. 63. Denver has fumbled the ball away. It is Minnesota ball. Minnesota winning 13-0. Minnesota wins the drive advantage roll because of the bonus. Off their offensive chart, a 34. Another field goal. By default, it's good. It is 16-0 Minnesota. Denver gets the ball off of a kickoff. They win the drive advantage roll. 62. Denver received the ball off a kickoff. They did actually return a kickoff for a touchdown, and Minnesota allowed one. So Denver has just returned the kickoff for a touchdown. There's only one person who did it, who was Vaughn Hebron. So Denver scores a touchdown off of a kickoff return. The extra point, we don't have to roll. They made all their extra points. It's automatic. The score is now 16-7 Minnesota. Minnesota will receive off of a kickoff. They win the drive advantage roll because of the bonus. 62. Minnesota has the opportunity of returning this kickoff for a touchdown. However, since Denver did not allow it, it doesn't happen. This is a punt. Denver ball off of a punt. 32 becomes a 42 because of the drive advantage. But Minnesota has a 42. Since it's a tie, it's a reroll. 31-14, which becomes a 24. We're rolling off of Minnesota's defense. A 52. This is REFBALL. Is the favoritism team on defense? Yes. Bad spot forces fourth down. Oh, hang on a second. I think I made a mistake. Who has the ball? So it was yes. They are on defense, but they're not the favoritism team. So this is a punt. So now we roll for Minnesota receiving the ball off a punt. They win because of the drive advantage bonus. 24. Another touchdown pass. Brad Johnson comes in to throw the pass. And you have the option of just keeping Randall Cunningham, but we're just going to go off the dice rolls. And he throws it to tight end Andrew Glover. Extra point is automatically good. So the score is 23-7 at the half. Since Minnesota kicked off to start the game, they're going to receive the opening kickoff in the third quarter. They're on offense. They win the drive advantage roll, 63. They fumbled the ball away. Denver ball off a fumble. Both rolled a 56. However, since Denver's on offense, they have the drive advantage bonus. Denver rolled a 12. It's a touchdown run for Denver. Let's see who ran the ball. It was Terrell Davis with the touchdown run. Extra point is good. So it is now 23-14 Minnesota. Minnesota receives the kickoff. We're going off of Denver's defense. A 22. Minnesota's in field goal range, and by default, because they made all the regular season field goals, it's good. So it is now 26-14 Minnesota. Denver receives the kickoff. They won the drive advantage roll. A 21. It is a touchdown pass. It is. How about this? Bubby Brister, if you want to go off of the odds. You can still say it's John Elway because he's the starter. Throws to Shannon Sharp, the tight end. And by default, the extra point is good. So Denver's coming back. It is 26-21 Minnesota. Minnesota receives the kickoff. They have the advantage. 31 becomes a 41, but we're going off of Denver's defense because they rolled well. 25. Field goal range. Just inside field goal range. And by default, the field goal is going to be good. So it is 29-21 Minnesota. Minnesota kicks off to Denver. Denver ball. They win the drive advantage roll. And they score another rushing touchdown. 54. It's still Terrell Davis. So Terrell Davis, and the extra point's good, has 2 touchdowns. The score is now 29-28. Minnesota's winning by a point. And they will receive the kickoff to start the 4th quarter. Minnesota won by 1 because of the drive advantage. We go off their offensive chart, 62. They could return this for kickoff. Another possibility, second time in this game, but because Denver doesn't allow one, it's a punt. The drive ends. Denver ball. 33 versus 36. Again, Denver has a drive advantage. The 36 becomes a 46. We go off of their chart. 34, just outside field goal range. Denver punts. Minnesota ball. They're an offense. They get to go off their chart. 24, another touchdown pass. It is Randall Cunningham to Randy Moss. Extra point is by default good. It is now 36-28. Minnesota. Denver ball. 31 becomes a 41, going off of Denver's offense. 26, a touchdown pass. Brister again, if you wanted to go off of that, you can just declare John Elway the starter. 32, Shannon Sharp. Now, they can make it 35, but Denver has the option of going for 2 to tie the game, and they will. So basically, what this is a drive advantage roll. Denver has the better offense. 63 versus 33. Denver gets a 2-point conversion and ties the game. Let's see how they did it. It was a run, and it was Terrell Davis. We have a tie game. Last drive for Minnesota for regulation. They win the drive advantage roll. 21, a touchdown pass. Cunningham to Chris Carter. So it is 43-36. Last drive of regulation. Denver either ties it or loses it. Minnesota wins the drive advantage while rolling off their defense. 51, REFBALL. Is the favoritism team on offense? Yes. They score a touchdown. Why? Because the league nudged them along with penalties and no calls to get the score. So now we're going to roll to see how they did it. A run or a pass? It was a run. So who scored the touchdown? 35. Again, it's Terrell Davis. Now, Denver can tie it by kicking the extra point. Or they could just send it into overtime. They can send it overtime with an extra point, or they could go for 2. Those are some of the decisions you have in this. For the heck of it, we're going to go for it. So it's a straight-up drive advantage roll. 33 versus a 26, but that becomes a 43. Denver got the 2-point conversion. They did it with a run. Terrell Davis hammered it home. So at the end of regulation, the defending champion Denver team defeats Minnesota by a point on the final drive. So I hope you enjoyed this sample game, which did include using REFBALL. Take care.